this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK, bringing you inspiration for all your paper craft projects. I've got another simple little card for you today. Some of you may think you recognise it. These were the cards that I brought you a couple of weeks ago using the Paper Florist dies, which I absolutely love. So many different combinations of flowers you can make. So I made those ones. Today, this is I made this at the same time, but just slightly differently. So we're just going to go through. I'm going to change the colours up again as I normally do. So here we started off with Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather and Bubble Bath, and with a grey background, and then we changed it up, sort of some nice dual colours, to Highland Heather, Berry Burst and Gorgeous Grape. So we're going to go with the same colour scheme today, those three, still on a grey background as we did it on there, smoky slate background. So first of all we need our card blank. So I've got a piece of A4 smoky slate here, and we're going to cut that down. It needs to be 14.8 because if you notice, my panel this time fits exactly on the cards. It has to be accurately cut. I'm hoping that's going to work. So there, cut that, and then score as per usual at 10.5 centimetres. There we go. I've just realised I've got all the card out except the white that I need, so I will just have to reach behind me and get some white card out of my pack. So that's our card blank. Let me reach behind and find some white card for us to use. There we go, that will do as this off cut. That's all I need, I think. That should be enough, yes. And bring my trimmer back in because we need 3 squares which each measure 4.5 centimetres. So I cut a panel that is 4.5 centimetres and then cut them the other way at 4.5 centimetres. 1, 2. While I'm doing this, I'll just remind you that Celebration is still on. Not that I'm using any of the products today, but there is an opportunity to earn lots of free products. And it's only till the end of February, so get your skates on if there's anything you fancy. Right, those are my 3 squares, 4.5 centimetres a square. And then I'm going to take a piece of Berry Burst and I'm going to cut a panel that is 5 centimetres. Like so, and 4.8. Actually, I'm going to do it slightly bigger, and then not 14.8. I'm going to do it to 15, and then I'll slightly have a little bit left over that I can trim off and make sure I've got a really crisp edge. So let's just bring the bone folder in and get those edges nice and smooth, and on these as well. Go. I do love the trimmer, but I don't like that way it leaves these lips on the cardstock. There we go. Right, all my thing is moving around. Let's try and stick that down a bit. I hope that's level. Right, so these are going to fit onto here, like so. Ones in the middle would be slightly bigger border, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to glue those down. Oh, let's actually, just thinking about that, because I've done it slightly bigger, might need to glue that down first before we start sticking, so we can make sure that we've actually got them absolutely even. So normally I wouldn't stick anything down because it ruins the whole card if you go wrong, but this time I think in this occasion we need to. So a bit of Tombow on the back there. Place this. I might try and place that bit so that it's flush, and then this bit. Now, is that straight? Not quite, I don't think. Just put that up a little bit. That's better. And then, like I said, I had a little bit left over, so I can just trim that off, and that'll make sure that your edges are really flush and you've not got a tiny gap, which can make your cards look a little bit unprofessional if things don't fit perfectly. Right, so now then I'm going to fit my squares with my Tombow again. My glue of choice, Tombow. One, I use it a lot, but one bottle lasts me ages, so I don't really mind the cost, because per card it's just a few pence, I think, that I end up spending. Right, that's one. Not the most exciting of things to buy, is it, adhesive? Kind of grudge my money being spent on it when I could be buying stamp sets and dies and punches. But it's one of the necessities, so sometimes a good idea to buy things like that when Stampin' Up have a free shipping day or something like that, or sometimes they do a discount off everything. Be quite nice to get that in there. Right, there we go. So that's our 3 squares lined up quite nicely. Oh, that one slipped. Good job, the Tombow gives me some wiggle room. That looked fairly okay. Yeah, I think so. So now I have already die cut from the Paper Florist dies all the bits and pieces that I need. Like I said, I'm going with Berry Burst, Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape, very rich jewel colours. And on these ones, I've put these ones. So the Paper Florist dies, if I just show you, these are the biggest flowers that I'm using, and then these are the centres, and then these are the actual centres of the flowers that I'm using. But you can see there's loads of different variations here. Lots more to do with that set. Hoping it doesn't retire in June, because I would like to keep that for another little while to work. I know it's not even nearly June yet, but I'm already getting worked up about what might be retiring. I hate losing my favourite sets from a catalogue. And of course, if you're just a customer, it doesn't matter that they retire. But if you're a demo like me, you want to be using current product that your customers can actually buy, because if you're always demonstrating stuff that's retired, it's not so good. Having said that, I am going to use a stamp today that is retired, because it just fits exactly what I want. And sometimes you can get these stamp sets on eBay and places like that, if there are Facebook pages where people sell their old stock. So you can try that. But some sets I just hold on to just because I like them and I know they're going to come in useful. Right, so I'm just gluing the middle of the flower here, because I want the petals to come up. Of course, if it goes through the post, they'll get squashed down, but hey-ho, you can only try. Right, now I'm going to put these little thin petals in the middle, like so. And this one, another one. There we go. So what's been happening with all of you? We've been quite busy. We've had, till quite recently, we had 2 of our 3 children back home. We had an empty nest for a year or so. And then one of them came home, and then another one came home. So we had 2, but one of them has now moved out again. So we're just down to one. She's got a deposit together ready to buy a flat, so we're trying to view flats at the moment. It's pretty tight, but I think she'll be able to afford it and get something to get her foot on the ladder, which would be great for her. In these days, it's not an easy thing to do in the UK. I don't know if you're watching in the UK, but property is so expensive and mortgages are so expensive. Actually, these big ones are a little bit big, so I'm going to find some little ones to do this with if I can. They would just about fit, but just a little bit big. There we go. So pop that in the middle there, using the grey to tie in with the tone of the card, because that then brings it all together. You can follow a colour through a design. It really helps. Trying to work out which way this goes up. It's that way. When you die cut, you get like a camber, and you always want the camber facing downwards, really, so you get a smooth edge. Oops, that moved. Let's pop that back. And this one. There we go. And the youngest one, who's the one that's just getting ready to buy a flat, is off to Thailand for 2 weeks on Thursday. So yeah, that'll be exciting for her. She's going on her own, but she's meeting someone out there that's travelling, that will be in Thailand when Annie gets there. So it's very exciting for her. Although I'm a little bit nervous about her travelling all that way on her own, but she's very blasé about it. And so what can you do? Got to let them test their wings, haven't you? Fly away from the nest. There we go. There. Right, and then the final bit, we want a message. Now, because I used on the other card a note of thanks, which is from Sending Smiles, which is still a current set, but I wanted a similar font, a similar thing, but I wanted it to say happy birthday, because I'm going to use this as a happy birthday card for one of my friends. So I'm going to take Smoky Slate, and I'm going to take a stamp from one of my favourite stamp sets ever, which is Label Me Bold. Has these lovely greetings, which is why I've held on to it, and this one is happy birthday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it in Smoky Slate. Make sure I've got enough ink on there, because that will then tie in with the no, do I want to do that? I don't really want to do that in Smoky Slate, do I? I think my thinking's a bit off there. Right, so let's clean the stamp. Oops. Let's just clean that off. And I think I might do it in, what should I do it in? Berry Burst? Highland Heather? Should we do it in Highland? No, we'll do it in Berry Burst. We will do it in Berry Burst. Let's have a look. Let me find Berry Burst. Because it's the negative that we're doing here, that's why I got a bit confused about what colour I should do it in. Yeah, that'll look nice. That'll just go on there. And that's really nice, neat little greeting. Right, now I'm going to chop this with my little chopper. Of course you can use the trimmer. It's just easier if you've got a little chopper like this to use it, I think. So just that. I don't really want a white border around it, so I'm going to go right up to the line, hopefully. There we go. Quite tricky. And again, just right, it's just a little bit of manoeuvring. There we go. Oh, lovely. Yes, that'll look great. Yeah, pleased with that. Brings all the Berry Burst elements together. Right. Like I say, you can do it on the trimmer, but if you've got that little chopper, it is really useful. And that just goes like that. So that's going there. It's a smaller greeting than the one we had on the thank you one, but I don't think it matters. Happy birthday. There. And then, of course, I will put an insert. I haven't got the stuff out. I've got the die, but I haven't got the stuff. But it will be exactly the same on the insert inside when I do it. But that's my card for today. It's the Paper Florist dies, if you missed that. This is called Label Me Bold. And like I said, it's been retired for quite a long time. But they do appear sometimes on eBay, or they're in search of groups on Facebook where people search for things. So if you're desperate for it, I'm sure it might be available. But that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that other simple little card. So I've got a whole set of these now. What did I do with the other two? Don't know. Disappeared under all my junk on here. I know they're here somewhere, but I can't find them anyway. Those are those two. And oh, here they are. Here they are. So a lovely set of little simple cards there. Yeah, hope you like them. Hope you, if you go down, you can click through to my blog where there'll be some more photos of it if you wanted to save a photo for future inspiration. Yeah, that's it from me today. Thanks very much for watching. Hope to speak to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.